Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Print It to Play It. Today we'll be playing Airborne in My Pocket, which we built last week. The story of this game is you are a paratrooper who was dropped in Germany on the morning of D-Day during World War II. You've lost track of your patrol. You've lost all of your equipment except your Colt 1911 .45 caliber pistol. But you're going to do your mission, which was to find the German bunker, infiltrate it, and sabotage the guns inside that are currently shelling the beaches. Before you can do that, since you lost your equipment, you need to find an ammo dump where you can pick up some explosives. And you also have to do it before 10 o'clock. So, how do you win? Find the explosives, enter the bunker, sabotage the guns, and exit the bunker without being killed before the timer gets to 10 o'clock. If you run out of hit points, you start with 6, or if the timer reaches 10 o'clock, you lose. So, how's the game played? There are 10 event cards here that we shuffle up. This is what I call a Pokemon shuffle, because when my kids learned how to play Pokemon, that's how they taught them to shuffle to get, for 6-year-olds to get a good shuffle. So you discard the top 2 event cards. So each hour consists of 8 turns. On your turn, there's a number of things you can do. First off, you can rest. If you just flip a card without reading it, without doing anything that's on it, just flip it over, you gain 3 hit points back. Your normal action is to move, and if the direction that you're moving doesn't already have a tile, you draw a tile and place it. Oh look, the bunker. Let's put the bunker... Now we want the bunker this way. It's nice that we found the bunker early. So you move on to it, and once you've moved, you resolve an event. The cards have outside events, inside events, and red alert. We are currently outside, so we eat a D ration and gain 1 health. That's nice. The red alert happens once you've sabotaged the guns. Red alert is sounded, and things get a lot tougher while you're trying to get out of that bunker. So let's continue searching. We'll come this way. The ammo dump. I'm getting super lucky. The ammo dump is where we get the explosives. So we resolve our event for moving in there. Hear gunfire in the distance. All right. Then we resolve a second event to get the explosives. A shell explodes nearby and does 1 point of damage. Alright, now I have my explosives. This is going really well. Gonna head back for the bunker. Allied planes fly overhead. And when we enter, we start taking from the inside pile. Come face to face with 4 infantrymen. Combat in this game is very simple. You take the number of enemies, subtract your attack value, which on my pistol is 1, and that's the amount of damage you take. So I take 3 points of damage. That was not happy. I'm going to have to use a rest. I have a lot of time left, and I have very little attack power, so I'm going to need to rest early and often. Let's continue into this bunker. The infirmary. +1 health for ending my turn there. Hopefully I can find a storeroom or something that will give me equipment. I hear German soldiers talking. Alright, that's not bad. I gain a health for being in the infirmary. And continue searching. Radio room. That does nothing special. I spot an item in a crate. Excellent. Since I'm out of cards, that means I'm also out of time. It becomes 8 o'clock. So we shuffle the events. Discard the top 2. And I get to draw a card to get an item. And it is not awesome, but it's better than what I've got. So, now you're only allowed to have 2 items, but the explosives are a free item. They don't take up space in your inventory. So, it's okay to have these 3. And back to searching. Armory. Nice, I can get another item. I spot an item in a crate. Okay, I'm already drawing an item. So I get a medical kit. I'm going to drop my pistol in order to carry the medical kit because it'll let me heal without spending time. But now I'm going to have to take 2 turns to move back to where I can explore further. Every time you move through a room, you have to draw a card. So, 4 paratroopers assault you from behind, you can't evade this combat. What that means is, normally, you can evade a combat by moving onto a tile that you've already explored, which would actually get me further the direction I want to be. Then you take 1 point of damage instead of what you would have taken from the combat. But I was ambushed, so I can't evade. Evading would really be helpful right now. But my inside attack is 2. There are 4 of them, so I lose 2 hit points. I'm still doing okay. Move back to the infirmary, and I inhale toxic fumes in the infirmary. I'm not going to use the medical kit yet. I'm going to take a chance. Gun control, excellent. We're almost out. We resolve our event. 4 infantrymen, okay, that's 2 points of damage. Now, before I sabotage, do my event, I'm going to use this medical kit to heal back up. Because once that red alert hits, there's bad guys everywhere. So, roll an event, 5 SS soldiers. I gotta take the damage. I can't evade this. Because if I had evaded, I'd have to leave and come back, and the explosives wouldn't be set. Alright, so I've got the explosives set. It is now red alert. And I'm going to rest. I'm a little worried. Because 5 hit points is not a lot. Red alert has lots of really tough encounters. So, back to the infirmary. 6 infantrymen fire at you from a machine gun nest. My attack is 2, so I take 1, 2, 3... Oh, wait a second. I can evade. I'm going to evade to here. So I take 1 point of damage. And then I'm going to leave. And I recover a grenade. Which is nice and all, but doesn't really matter because I won. I'm outside. So, hooray! We did it! We blew up the guns. Blam! And we escaped. And that's how the game works. I got fairly lucky. So there are some things I'm not quite so sure on. I'm wondering if I really should be allowed to rest during red alert. I'm thinking that maybe that should not be allowed. I didn't get many of the cool weapons. Also, there's tons of expansions for this. There are scenarios that add new events and give you other objectives to do, like maybe you have to go to the radio room and send a message before you can blow up the guns. There are different types of soldier you can have, where instead of being airborne, you can be resistance or OSS or things like that give you abilities and disabilities. So there's a bunch of expandability that's all already there on Board Game Geek. And it's a fun little thing that'll use up 8 to 10 minutes of your time in an interesting way. The basic game here isn't very hard. I'd say I win 2 times out of 3. But it's fun, and I like winning, so I don't mind. But that's Airborne in My Pocket. So in 2 weeks, we'll be building a new game. And until then, have a good one.